Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Flaminia, a knitter from Italy, and welcome back to my knitting podcast. Long time no see, it's absolutely my fault, but a lot of life happened in the meantime. I graduated from uni. I got my degree. I still don't know the final grade and stuff, but I handed out my thesis and I finished my exams. And I already started my master's degree. I don't really remember even last time I filmed the video, because last time I uploaded a video, it was a vlog that I had registered during the summer. So I'm very scared to know that, but yeah. And excuse my face, it's probably a bit puffy, like the bags under my eyes. Gucci. But so let's buckle up and talk about some knitting. We have a lot of exciting things. This is one of the episodes that I cannot tell how long it's going to be. So, but we didn't cast it on anything new, but almost all of the whips that I had are now finished. And I made some progress on my leather bag, and I have a KAL announcement. And also I went on for a graduation holiday. Last week I went to London, so I got some acquisitions and they are wonderful, and I cannot wait to share that with you. um First of all, I'm wearing my Sandro, of course. I worn this particular one a ton in London because this is the only sweater that I brought with me, because I only had a backpack and I had this and a sweatshirt. So all of the pictures that I had from London are in the exact same outfit, basically, with this on top and black jeans on the bottom, but that's fine. And this is one of my own patterns, like my only jumper pattern for now. So it's if you're interested in taking a look at the pattern or more info about it, I'll leave the Ravelry page down below. And yeah, it's made in this wonderful brown color. I think the yarn was superwash. I don't think it's available for purchase anymore. But it's superwash, and I think I can block it a bit more, especially on the arms. Can you tell? But yeah, I've worn it a bit, so it hasn't peeled that much, to be fair. Maybe because it was a fingering weight that I hold the double. Maybe yeah, on the right arm a bit more. You cannot really tell because it's very dark, but there are a couple, and maybe on the shoulder. No, but yeah, let me show you the shoulders. Stunning. Stunning, if I can say that myself. Exciting. So yeah, we have two finished objects. Let's get into that. Look at this beautiful stack of sweaters. Can you recognize them? Let me talk about each of one of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with the Sandro number 2. The yeah, I'm I've written most of the pattern, but I still have to do the finicky bits, writing the v-neck and stuff. But I finished my Sandro v-neck. It's stunning, guys. It's everything I ever wanted to be. It's exactly how I imagined it to be, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So basically, this is a European drop shoulder. So you cast on from the back neck and you work increases every row to get the right width in the back yoke. While here you do a more traditional drop shoulder that you shape with short row shaping. So you cast on all of these stitches and then you work short rows. Can you tell? It's kind of hard to pick it up. Okay, so then you just work your back yoke as normal, harmonic increases. Then you pick up. I am very satisfied with how clean the pickup looks. Very satisfied. Work some short rows on the front again. Can you tell that there is a slope, like that, you know, this length is bigger than this. So yep, and then you start working increases for the v-neck, and then you just do the same thing on the other side, and then you join the round, and then wow, you just, you know, work your body flat, and then you pick up stitches for the arms, and work short rows again for the sleeve cup, and that's it. You work your sleeve down as normal with some decreases. It's already, this I haven't worn as much as this brown one, because I, for the last time, like with my pink Sandro, I did the pattern pictures and you could see the pills, so I had to edit the pills out on the sleeves. So I will remember to depeel this one, but I really wanted to have it in the best shape possible. I think it's still not that bad, like, yet, but yeah, anyway, here you can see the decreases, but on one sleeve I got them wrong. I think it's this one. Let me show you the other one. God, let me see. Yeah, here are what the decreases look underneath the sleeves of the Sandros. Very cute in my opinion, like very nice. And yeah, this was knitted in Drops Daisy in the color 10 maybe, but it's like the light blue, like you can really tell which one this is. I don't know if I should try it on. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll do that because it's stunning. And also, yeah, I'm very much hoping to get the pattern finished soon. But this master's degree, it's kind of, you know, hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And like I have a ton of midterms. So I don't know. I have one next week. I'm very much scared, but let me try this on first. Okay, here it is. Don't you think it's stunning? I think the neckline, it's probably one of the neatest pieces of knitwear I've seen in my life. And I love the, like, I just love how clean it looks. And that's, you know, the main point of, like, the main design element feature of this sweater, you know, other than the beautiful cables. Let me show you the back, and I really like where, like, the back of the neck lays. I think it's very suitable for this type of v-neck shape. And I love the depth of this v-neck. Like, I'm very satisfied with, yes, with how low it comes. Like, it's not too low, but it's not like up here, you know. So I mean, you can like pull it to the front, but if you really wanted to, but this is like how it comfortably sits, so that's fine to me. And what else can I say? Like, the length is the same as the other one, but I had to make some modifications for the yoke to like try and try to match the v-neck shaping with the armhole shaping. So this is the part I'm procrastinating, like the v-neck shaping grading, and like in general the front yoke grading and writing, especially the writing. I think it's the, like, you know, the grading, you can get the numbers. The point is, like, you know, seeing the patterns that match between different sizes and like dividing them in sizes, because you don't want to have like lines and lines of instruction that there are different from 10 different sizes. So, you know, it's going to be challenging, but I hope to maybe get to it after the midterm. I don't know, because I know that I can grade and write patterns really fast when I really concentrate on it, but I hope I'll have the time to really concentrate on it. This is really comfortable. Should I just keep it on? Maybe. But what else can I say about this? Like, can you see just the Italian bind off on the neckline? I'm like, people DM me on Instagram like, oh, how is your ribbing so neat? I'm like, I have no idea, guys. Maybe it's like one of the a few pros of being a tight knitter. Like, I've seen this pattern like coming up again and again of like loose knitters sometimes um, complaining about their ribbing, and but not as much the tight knitters do, I think. Like even between my few knitting friends, we're seeing this pattern again. Seeing the word pattern a million times. But yeah, I really like the fit. I really like the fit. So please, if you maybe will be interested in testing, please keep your eyes peeled, because it's hopefully gonna come very, very soon. And maybe we can get on the next one. Yeah, I think so, because we have acquisitions and then the KAL to talk about, and then all of the stuff. So I don't even remember at what point this sweater was the last time that I showed you, but now it's finished. But I think I was like on the first bits of the yoke, so this will be a shock for you guys. But I love this so much. Look at this. This is wonderful. And you can see I had a shortage of v-neck sweaters in my wardrobe, and now I'm very much, I think I made 3 this past few months, like spring and summer. So I'm very happy about it. But like, this is a totally different shape and silhouette, and the shaping is quite different. And I think they are very different, and they both have their purpose in my wardrobe. Because like, this is a v-neck, but it kind of acts like a crew neck to me. But maybe I'll try this one on as well. I want to show you the length of this, so I will stand up and you will see my pajama pants anyways. So I thought I'd show you the length of this as well, in case you were wondering. Tell me this isn't the cutest pairing you've ever seen in your life, but this is how it fits. It has, again, 30 centimeters of positive ease, like the crew neck Sandro. Ta-da! Here it is, and the gauge is DK, and it's 22 stitches, in case you were wondering. But yeah, I really like it. I'm in love. And so let's talk about the Chantal sweater now. Okay. This is the Chantal sweater v-neck by More Can Knit. And I've been wanting to knit this sweater since the first time that I saw it, when she posted it on her Instagram, because God, isn't it wonderful? Like, especially like what I fell in love with is like the v-neck, this whole v-neck shaping situation. Like, I love when designers, like me included, but they use kind of the features of their stitch pattern that they chose in a strategic way. Like, my vocabulary is not really working, but can you see this whole situation? Like, this is an all over slip stitch pattern. Like, just for you to understand, it's the same thing you do on a slip stitch heel flap when you do a heel flap and gusset. It's the same stitch pattern, but first of all, it's known to be quite sturdy if you do it on a small needle size. Like, this is still sturdy-ish, but you can see it has a lot of drape. It's for the yarn that I chose, that it's a superwash sport weight from Campo Mifilati in Florence, and it's called Trilli, I think, which is the Italian translation of Trincobel, like the fairy. I don't know if they call it like Trilli because of that, but I don't know. I thought I'd share. So it's quite drapey on its own, but the pattern suggests quite a big needle size for the yarn. Like, they suggest a sport weight on a 4.5 millimeter needle. And to be honest, this gauge swatch, yes, Did I measure my gauge swatch? No, I didn't. So I did swatch. I don't know if my gauge is bang on, but I think I remeasured um, my gauge on the sweater when it was blocked, and I think I'm on gauge. But so yeah, this has very, you can see these vertical lines. It kind of looks like an easy version of a half fisherman's rib, kinda like gives the same vibe, but it's all knitting, so that's wonderful. Like it's knitting and slipping. Of course, it's purling when you're working flat for the V-neck, but it's just like knitting in the round once you join, and it feels very very slow at the start. That's why I procrastinated until the end. Like I finished this first, and then I finished the baby knit first that I don't have to show you, but I'll talk about it a bit after this one. This is the last thing that I finished. I finished it in London and I blocked it in London, um, because I don't know, it was, for me at least, the first parts of a sweater, like whether it's a raglan or it's a drop shoulder like this, like the first part is the most entertaining one and the most fun. So you just want to work on it a lot at the start. At least that's what I found for my knitting experience. But I think you guys get what I mean. For this, I was stuck in like in this range of progress for the longest time because it felt like I was not going anywhere. But also because this stitch pattern tends to curl up a ton. So yeah, it can be quite boring at the start, but you know, maybe it's because I had a lot of things going on and my mind was really busy thinking of stuff. So this became quite rhythmic with time, and I fell into this. I don't have to finish it. Like, no, it's not like I don't have to finish it. It's like I'm not going to film a podcast in a long time, so I can just take my time and like see when I finish it. And I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it. The construction is very clever. Like the short row shaping is what really, like, I read it and I was like, oh, like, is the pattern wrong? Because it's different from any short row shaping I've done before. But basically, like, I'm not giving the pattern away, but can you see how the back of the neck is rounded? Mm? Basically, the how it's done is you do short row shaping, not all the way around the neck, but just like here along the back raglan. Oh god, along the back raglan, so that is like round in the back, and like it's very very smart because then when you wear it, even though it's quite a close fitting v-neck, uh you don't get like this part is not tall and it's not bothering the back of your neck when you're like bending your head backwards. Do you get what I mean? Like it's accommodating the movement of your head, which I thought was very clever, especially because you can see the band, the v-neck band is quite thick. So that's a way to make the fit good without compromising on the width of the v-neck, so on the look of it. And I was I was blown away. I was, oh my god, like you can do this. This is crazy. Like I never in my life thought about doing that. And I thought, oh, maybe this needs it too, but this is a totally different construction. And could you do it? I don't know. I don't think so. Like I don't think it's worth it. But for a round, like for a raglan construction, for construction, or a round yoke construction, like a construction where you always knit in the round, this is a very smart thing to do. So wow, like props to Morgan it. I actually did a tiny mistake at the start. Can you see here? Can I see? Is it here? Oh god. Yeah, I think it was at the back. Yeah, here. that the lines kind of interrupt. I think it's because I, here on the raglan use slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one, and I think I inverted those because at the start I'm really the knitter that really reads her knitting. I don't keep track of things really much. Like I just read it and I go. So I think I got confused, but that's fine. Like in really the overall thing, even if I hold it like this, you cannot really tell. I was afraid that you were going to because again the lines are pretty pronounced, but it's really the start of the neck. So like nobody's going to look there and my hair is going to cover it anyways most of the times. So who cares? But then I love how like the raglan and the front v-neck shaping intertwine, like how the v-neck shaping like kind of looks like it originates from the raglan. Like it's really beautiful. And again, the structure of the stitch pattern really it in in enhances, yeah, enhances enhances this shaping, which is really beautiful. And again, like this v-neck shaping, look at this v-neck shaping as well. Like why is my ribbing so neat? Like what did I do? Stunning, 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 stunning. um and I'm really proud. I knitted size large for this. Okay, let's talk about this because I was really confused. Do you know, like it's not a drama, but the drama that happened when people started knitting the porcelain sweater by Lynette? Is it? Yeah, Lene Holmesam. So yeah, I think so. By Lynette, and they were getting a size smaller than they thought. It's because the sample in the pattern pictures, it's a size up compared to what the pattern recommends. So like if you need the size recommended for you. Okay, excuse me, my iPad ran out of storage, so I hope the framing is not too different. But yeah, I was saying, so if you needed the recommended size of the pattern, you weren't getting as much positive ease as the sample in the pattern pictures. And I think like this is was it similar? I don't know, but maybe the pictures in the sample, maybe I didn't look as closely, but I really wanted it to be big. And the pattern only suggested like, wait, I'm looking for it because I don't want to get it wrong, but like 15 centimeters of positive ease, and I'm like, girl, those are not 15. Like this sweater is huge. Those cannot be 15 centimeters of ease. Let me look at it. 15 to 20 centimeters of positive ease. But trust me, like this is big, but it's not huge, but it's big and it's 30. So maybe I'll put the picture I'm referencing. This picture was both on the pattern web page, and on Marika's Knits Instagram because I had saved it, and it's like her most, like the light gray sample that she has. It's like I think it's the most, like when I think of the Chantal sweater v-neck, I think of that. So I read this 15 to 20 centimeters positive ease thing, and I'm like, that cannot be like, that cannot be right. And then me, together with the help of my knitting friends, we started like stalking Marika's Knits Instagram to find if in one of the pictures she noted that maybe that wasn't the size that she is meant to be knitting. Said that my usual size S or M, and the sample is knitted in size L, but guys, it's huge on her and it's what I wanted. So I was like, let's knit size large anyway. And I think I started with size large, and I started the yoke and I still didn't know, but I was like, I'm going to do something to make the circumference be like the size medium when I come to it, if I really want the size medium and not the size large. Like I think I'm able to modify pattern that way now. But yeah, you can see it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I don't know how many centimeters of ease it has, but of course I don't have a measuring tape with me right now. Let me try and hold it up with my Sandro. Yeah, I knitted size large because it gave me the same bust circumference of my Sandro, so like 118, 120 centimeters. And so yeah, I made size large. Um, I mean, I didn't talk about the rest of the construction of this sweater because I thought it was obvious, but you know, you knit until you knit flat until you are able to join in the round for the v-neck. Like after you finish the v-neck, then you just knit the raglan. I don't think there's any compound raglan, but I might be wrong. No, I think it's just like normal raglan, at least for a size large. um and yeah, you just split for, like, you put your sleeves on hold, so you split and you work on your body and then you work on your sleeves. And the sleeves, I thought they were just straight sleeves, but actually they do have some shaping. I don't know if you can tell, like, you can see it's not that obvious, but it's there. And I think it's very smart. You do it with center double decreases. Can you see it? I think it looks quite neat. It looks quite fine, and it's the same decreases you do, you know, on the center of v-necks. And I thought it was really smart because it matches, like, you know, the vertical slip stitch look of the stitch pattern in general. So yeah, the sleeves are tapered, but they're still very big at the wrists. And then you work your body, and pretty long for my standards, also because, you know, the yoke is quite deep. I'll try it on now so you can see what I mean. Okay, I dare you not to say that this isn't the most like comfy chic thing you have seen in your life. So I'm gonna stand up again. Like, oh my god, do you see this? This is huge, and this is exactly how I wanted it. To be honest, basically what happened, I wanted to block it at my friend's place in London, but we didn't have a lot of space. I was blocking it on my bed, so I kind of blocked it in the morning, and I did the whole like burrito thing with the towels and put it on my bed to dry. But it still was kind of very damp when I got back from all the visiting London, and basically I dried it with the air dryer. Like the hair dryer, is it that, the blow dryer, anyway. um so I think I want to maybe give it a steam or give it another wet block, like a proper one. I blocked it properly, like the yolk, but I think you cannot tell the difference. But you can see how flat it lays here, and it's maybe a bit bumpy here again. But yeah, and maybe it flicks up, the like the ribbon flicks up a tiny bit. And if you can tell, still very wearable. I was able, I wanted to go with this, finish this, and wear this and the Sandro, like some days this, some days that, like I'll alternate them. But I finished it just in time to leave. So I wore it the morning, and then after lunch we went to the airport. So oh god, that's the wear that I got from it, as for now. But I think it's so wearable and I love it. And you can see how, like, this is a v-neck, but it kind of fits like a crew neck. So I think that even with like a crew neck white t-shirt underneath, it could look quite cute. And with, you know, jeans and stuff, like, look at this is stunning. And I've had this yarn in stash for a while, and I tried making this into the wait the Arctic Light sweater by Veronica Lindbergh. The pattern was fine, but I think I messed up my gauge somehow, and, like, you know, it was coming very heavy. Like, I still have at least one ball left over, but maybe 1.5 or even 2 balls left over. But with the whole amount of balls, I would have gotten the yoke, 1 and 2 sleeves done, and the like, but the yoke, it wasn't as deep as this one. Like, it was here with 2 sleeves, and it was extremely heavy, and I wouldn't have had enough. And I wasn't going to Florence to buy a bit more, and I didn't want to order it, so I was like, this is not the right yarn. And like, I'm so glad that I ripped it back, because like, in comparison, I think this will be one of the most wearable pieces in my wardrobe, which is nice for something that I didn't design myself. Because when you design something yourself, you're like, I know I want this, and I know I want this in this very specific way, and I'm going to do it. So then it's easier to kind of get more wear out of it, because you made it exactly as you wanted it. But like, this is also exactly what I needed, I think. Like, because it's very comfortable and like loose and oversized, but it's still like so beautiful, which is, I think, what I also like, the vibe that I want to give with my Sandro. Like, still like beautiful classy cables, but very oversized and slouchy and comfy. And I don't know. And I love the color. I think it suits me quite well. Like, I think it's not the most beautiful color on me, but I think it's a very nice neutral. Like, I'm very picky on especially light neutrals. Like, they have to be cool tone leaning, especially because I also wear like quite cool tone jewelry. So I really, really like it. I really, really like it. Let me know in the comments, but I think you'll like it too. I think I'm going to keep wearing this. I changed outfits 3 times during this podcast episode. It wasn't planned or anything, but I just wanted to give these beautiful sweaters some time to shine. Because when you finish so many big items, you're afraid to not give like every one of them, each one of them, the right attention. So I hope that I talked about everything. And so let's talk about the KAL, the KAL that I'm hosting. Okay. I'm hosting the Christmas Pullover KAL with, oh my God, it's so hard. It's Sarah, but it's Sara because she's Italian like me. So Sara from Handmade by Sarah on Instagram, I think. Let me check. Handmade by Sarah. Sarah, handmade by Sarah on Instagram, and entitled Paintings on YouTube. She has a very great podcast, and she has a very, very great British leaning accent. I love that. And I wish I was like her. And she has, like, I think one of the most defined sense of taste that I've ever like encountered in a knitter or in a person in general. But in a knitter, it's more obvious because you make your own clothes. So I'm not saying that's your whole personality in the knitting world, but you talk about that. So I don't know. I hope my message came across. But so I was talking with my knitting friends, and we were saying like, oh, we should all start our Christmas pullovers together, because we, like, since last year we wanted to do this, because we've seen everyone doing this, and we're like, we're doing that, like, we're doing this all together next year. So I was like, maybe I should organize a KAL. But I don't know. I was talking with Sarah on Instagram, and I was talking that I couldn't wait to finish my exam to cast on my Christmas sweater. Unfortunately, I haven't done it yet, but I'll get to that in a minute. I can't wait to do that. And she was like, "Oh, no way! I'm also going to do that." Like, she's knitting the Augustine's number 4, Winter Augustine's number 4. Northern Augustine's number 4. that's what she's knitting, you know, the one with the red things like rays and the bows. It's almost done. It's turning out stunning, but she'll be making, I think, a Celeste sweater next as a gift knit. So a lot of colorwork goodness over here. But we were talking, and I was like, you know, I was thinking of organizing a knit along. Do you want to do it together? And she was like, oh yeah, I love to. So it's so fun. It's so fun collaborating with her. She, like, to be completely fair and giving the credit where credit is due, she has done a lot of the work that has been done until now for the KAL. She did all of the graphics, which, you know, if you saw them, I posted them on my Instagram and also on our community page, but I also maybe put them here because they're stunning. And, you know, unfortunately, I don't have that sense of style and of like beauty and of aestheticness that she that she has. And also her skills with Canva are quite good. So she did all of those and she posted them like as me, with me as a collaborator, and she set up the group chat and all of that. So she did most of the work until now. So I really want to, you know, do my part. I get lost in so many tangents all the time, but basically this KAL is called the Christmas Pullover KAL. It doesn't have to be Christmassy. Like, I'm doing a pretty Christmassy one, like pretty specifically Christmassy, but it can be festive as well. And we know that the definition of festive is different from every one of us because of like depending on where you live, how the climate is where you live, and all of this, and your skill level as well. So we have everything basically festive. We have Christmas colored, Christmas themed sweater like mine. We have like color work, but with Christmassy color as well. We have color work with non-Christmassy things because I thought that, you know, even if I'm making like a non-Christmassy but like all over color work sweater, it will still feel very Christmassy because I live in quite a warm climate, and is, you know, maybe in Scandinavia, large big colorwork sweaters are the norm, but here it's not really the norm, so it would feel quite special and festive to have that, for example. So I could really see that also with festive, like even if it's done in pastel colors, they're still festive. And we also have like beginners doing like plain stockinette all red sweaters, and that's very Christmassy and very festive, but also suitable, you know, for the rest of winter and for all seasons really. So you can really like elaborate your own idea of festivity, but it has to be like a garment, like a jumper or cardigan or vest even. We have some people from the southern hemisphere doing tops, and you know, we got asked, is it a great idea to do tops? But you know, it's, I cannot imagine it because I never experienced Christmas in the southern hemisphere during the summer. So I don't really know how people dress with in Christmas during the summer. So, but I think we have like the safest option. I think will be like for them a red, like a Christmassy red tank top, even if it's summery, still Christmassy and festive, if it makes sense. So we have a lot of people that have already joined, and you know, statistically, not all the people that will actually join in the KAL will be in the group chat. We also have a group chat. Let me check how many people we are until now. We are 68, which is crazy. And so what I'm going to do now is I really want to make a huge bundle of all the sweaters that people shared in the group chat that they want to make. And because I already have my own Christmas sweater bundle, but I want to enlarge it so that maybe that could be the like official KAL inspiration for maybe people that want to join later on, maybe, and are not really sure on what they want to do, or maybe are undecided whether to join or not, but maybe they see something on this bundle and they're like, oh, I could participate because I have some yarn stash that I could use for that, you know, just general inspo. But make it bigger. And also, of course, I mentioned a lot of color work, but there are a lot of people there also are doing like cables again. So it's really, it doesn't have to be color work. It doesn't have to be a jumper. It could also be a cardigan. It could also be a plain stockinette, but festive. You know, it's really up to you. It's chill, but you know, kind of has to be a garment, because that's the whole point. Because I also did some Christmassy things, but I think it's not the same as doing like a Christmas garment. I think a Christmas garment is it's a whole other thing, because I did hot water bottles, I did socks. I think that's it. But you know, I think this sweater that I'm going to make is going to be a very different experience and a very different vibe. And we thought that maybe like sharing pictures on the group chat just will keep each other, like we will keep each other going. So that will be quite fun. And so if you want to join, please do. It's chill, and of course whips are allowed. So if you had already started something but you want to finish it in time for this Christmas, you are so welcome to join. And of course you don't have to finish things. Like whips are allowed in the means in the sense that even if you don't finish it until Christmas, it still counts. But we started like it lasts 3 months. Technically started on the 25th of September. I wasn't able um to post this before now, like before when I will be posting it, but it already started on the 25th, and so it lasts until the 25th of December. And I think we are going to have I don't know, we were thinking of doing like gift cards to some yarn shops as prizes, but it kind of like we thought that that was going to be a good type of prize, but like how many prizes, it kind of depends on how many people participate. So we'll see that when some months have passed maybe. And we're also organizing a cast on party. So actually we were organizing that with my knitting friends, like in real life. They were going to come to my place, and so we can all cast on together. But yeah, people like asked asked about this on the group chat, and I was like, oh great, so I think the two things will coincide. So I will be with my friends in person, participating to this probably Google Meet, um Zoom, no, Zoom meeting, no, meeting, online meeting. And so very excited, but I'm going to do it because Sarah already did a lot of work. But I think we complement each other's skills pretty well. So if you want to join the chat, you can also you can either DM either of us, and we'll let you join, and we'll add you to the group chat. Or you can, like, I have how's it called, a I don't know how's it called in English, like a story highlight on my Instagram that is called Christmas Cal, and you can click on it, and in the stories, in one of them, there's a link to the group chat, so you can join directly without texting us. But we are very willing to just, you know, add you to the group chat if you DM us. So whatever feels more like comfortable and appropriate to you, that's fine. But I think these are all the crucial information about the Cal. And oh, maybe I can put the link to the group chat directly in the description box. Try and check if it's there and if it works, or if it doesn't, just DM us if you want to join. But yeah, I really want to talk about, like, I know that I still haven't talked about my whips, but I really want to talk about this sweater because it's going to be a whip very, very soon. So like me and my mom, we invested in some boxes to put our yarns in because it just overflowed, and it was just in random, how's it called, random bags, like tote bags all over the place, and it was getting all dusty and stuff. So very, very non-organized, but we invested in boxes, and boxes you can stack. As you can see, that's my whole yarn stash. I mean, not all of it, some of it is still in its original place, but anyways, these are all the almost all the yarns for the sweater that we'll be making. And this is it. Look at this. This is stunning. I just fell in love. You know when you see a sweater and you're like, oh, but I want to make a kind of sweater. Like last year, I was like, I want to make a Christmas sweater. Let's look around and see what patterns people do. And this came out, and I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, there's really no competition anymore. Like, once I did this, then maybe I'll be thinking of making something else. But this will be my first one. I don't care. I don't care what people say. But as you can see, it's pretty intricate, all of the color work, and it's fingering weight. So I do have to start if I want to finish. So this is the Christmas sweater by Sandnes garn. It's just called Christmas sweater. Here's another picture of it. Look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. And the pattern is so minimal. Like, I'm going to put it here so you cannot read what's actually written, but that's the whole pattern. And then there is here there's a thing where you have the color work charts, but I don't want to give it away, so I'll just go back, and I think you should still hear me well because of the microphone. But basically, I started, like, the first task that I assigned for myself was coloring the charts. Oh damn, you cannot see that, but wait, actually I do have to come closer, so I'm going to show you these small ones. Like, coloring the charts, because all of them were just with just the symbols, and no, there are like 8 or 9 colors. No, I was not about to do that, so I just outline the things with the color of the yarn that I'm going to use, because that was the first task that I had to do, and that's ticked off the list. But let me show you the yarn. And if you saw the video that I posted like months ago, maybe last year even, I think so. I was still in Edinburgh, so yeah, last year maybe, about all the yarns that I want to try. This is one that was on the list. This is Tin Peer Gint. Let me open this. And yeah, these are all Tin Peer Gint, but these 2 white ones are for another all over colorwork fingerings weight sweater that it's probably going to go on to next year again. Anyways, so this will be the main color, like this. I love the tweeds. I love the tweeds. It's so nice. And it's not even that scratchy. Like, to be honest, when I heard people talk about Peer Gynt and Tin Peer Gynt as very rustic, I've heard things that are more rustic. Like, I felt things more rustic. You can see, like, it's hairy, so there are some hairs, like guard hairs, that are like sticking out, but it's really not that bad. And I'm very extremely sensitive to like everything, guys, so you can trust me. Like, if you're very sensitive, I do understand you. I do understand you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because our life is very difficult. But in case you're not familiar with this yarn, this is Tin Peer Gint by Sandnes Garn, and it's the tweed edition, and it's just 100% Norwegian wool, and it is the color 25-23. I think it's called natural tweed, but I'm not sure. And where the heck is the meterage? Oh yeah, it's 50 grams per 205 meters. So it's standard fingering weight, like 400 meters, 400 grams. And that's I have 6 of this main color. Then I have this, of course, all the yarns and everything. I think I already said that, but it will be linked in the description box down below. And this is color 8082, and I don't remember, but it's really this deep forest green that of course will be for the Christmas trees. Then I have this like scarlet red or whatever that was called, which it's color 4018, very nice red. And then I have a dark brown that I think I used for it's the same that I used, not in this base, for the zipper sweater meant that I knitted for my dad. This is color 3880. Stunning brown, like stunning brown. Very dark, very cool, just how I like it. Then I have entire 50 grams, but no, I'm going to talk about this later. I have color 2016, which is this bright yellow. And then I have the neutrals that I think will be for the reindeers. That is this like medium brown, that it's color 2652. Look. Then I have this kind of light browny beige, that it's color 2650. Still very nice. I really love the colors of the Peer Gynt, Tin Peer Gynt. And then I have the black, which is color 1099. Black. Just black. What I think, I just bought the yarns that the pattern suggested, and it's fine. So it's for all the sizes, it's just one ball for every contrast color. But I think I'm going to have a ton left over, especially of the yellow and the black, because when I was coloring the chart, like the yellow is just in between the garlands, like one stitch in between each garland and one stitch on top of every Christmas tree, and that's all the yellow. So I think I'm going to have a lot of leftovers, and same for the black. It's just, I think, the eyes of the reindeers, and that's it. So it's a few stitches at the end of the day. So if you want to maybe spend less and have less left over, find some yarn that you have in stash. Black, I think you will have, like, the probability that you have a black fingering weight yarn, it's really high, and you don't even have to steek it, so you can get away with a less woolly yarn, just in case you don't have like something as woolly as Tin Peer Gynt. And the yellow, it's not such god a like usual color that people have in their stash, but if you have some yellow, there's really not a lot of yellow in this pattern. So most colors are these ones, and then you have some stitches that are these. So but I'm not mad about like having leftovers, but if you want to spend less, I would say maybe don't purchase the yellow and the black and Tin Peer Gynt, and find something that you already have, maybe, because it's really not a lot. Okay, but yeah. So actually, these are like acquisitions. No, those weren't acquisitions, just the main color, because I didn't have it last time that I talked to you. But I think that now we can go back to the whips. I don't know why I'm so all over the place. Okay, actually, I forgot to talk about my Holger shirt that I finished. So let's talk about that. I'm going to put a picture here of the lovely baby wearing it. It's so nice. And the mom sent me a video where she was like, "Oh, my dear, you're so cute. Do you like your sweater?" And she's like, "Dada," something like that. Like, ah, ah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing ever. I finished it. I blogged it, and I gave it to, because they live in Prague, and they were on vacation close to where we were in vacation. So we just met up, and I gave them the sweater. And oh my gosh, it's so cute. Like, I don't know if there's really a lot to talk about. Like, the construction is really fun. If you want a quick baby knit, maybe choose the DK version, but I think the fingering weight version is very wearable, especially for them that it's kind of cooler all year round. It could be great layering piece. But yeah, it was an amazing stash buster, so I really recommend it for that. If you have like single skeins or even less than a skein, it kind of depends on what size you choose. I think I knitted size 1 to 2, and it used up a lot of my scraps, which is nice. Like, not a lot, but those odd balls, it was perfect. It was perfect. Unfortunately, I don't have the means to measure how much yarn it took. Unfortunately, it would have been a very smart and very useful piece of information to have, but I didn't think it properly enough in advance, so it's fine. I also have progress on my Babylon leather bag, which they send me as like a PR, and I also am I'm an affiliate with them. So you can, like, if you want to buy some of their kits from their website, you can use the code Flaminia10 to get 10% off, and I get a bit of commission. So if you were thinking of buying them and you want to use my code, that's a great way to support me. But anyways, let me show you the bag. There's a lot of progress, I think, that I've done since the last time. It's basically done. I just need to attach the bottom of it. But what happened? I was just like about to stitch it, and I realized I was missing a piece. But like the what's it called, the consumer. I do economics. Why am I confused? Consumer, yeah, consumer service. Yeah, I mean that. The after sales service, it was really nice. So now they're sending me the piece that I'm missing. Basically, I have, this is the bottom. These are some strips that you use because there is like a piping along it to make the seam looking really nice. But I never had it, but I thought they were just like these folded in half that did the piping, but actually there is a piece that goes inside to give structure to the piping. But I don't have that. But problems can happen, but they were really, really fast as at replying, and at resolving this issue. So props to them, really. And yeah, this is it. So look at the and I really want to make a styling my knits video this fall, but I'm waiting to get this bag finished because like I think this would look stunning, like especially with my brown Sandro. Like, let's talk real. Look at this, and also with this sweater, like it's just such a classic, and I love it. I cannot wait to be done. Like, you guys cannot understand. And actually, you know how last time I talked about that the grip on the needles, it wasn't that great. There are these things, okay, that are like rubber material. You put it, I think there are many, but you can put it like on your index and on your thumb, and the grip that they give on the metal needle, it's crazy. Like, I sewed the handles. I never sewed anything this fast, really. So, but I didn't know. So if you want a tip, they're included in the set. So I should have wondered what they were for. But no, I didn't. But if you were curious of what those were, use them because they're life changing. So that's very, very great. I hope that next podcast I'll be done because stunning. It's a stunning bag, and I cannot wait to use it. Okay, now I think we can talk acquisition. I think I only have. Oh no, there are also those acquisitions. Oh god, I have quite a lot actually. But let's talk about the newest ones because these are the ones I prepared. I went to Beautiful Knitters in London. I also have the tote bag. I'm so proud. It was such a beautiful shop, and they had such an interesting like selection of yarns. And I bought, I think, three skeins of silk yarn. I bought four, but one of them is for Sarah. She knits a lot of socks, and I recommended to her the signature 4-ply sock yarn by West Yorkshire Spinners, but she's like, yeah, it's not readily available. And I'm like, I'm going to London. If I manage, do you want me to like grab you a skein to try? So yeah, I don't know if I'll go to. She's from Turin, and she's not from Turin, but she's like from a town near Turin, but she's living there for university. So I'm maybe planning to go visit her. So I don't know if I'll just send it to her by post or like by mail, or if I'll just wait and see if I can go there. But I also, of course, grabbed the skein that's for me. That's in more of me color, you see. I love it. It's color evergreen. Stunning. Like, this is a very sturdy sock yarn. And it's similar to the Regia sock yarn if you tried it. but I think softer. Like it's not as woolly as the Regia's sock yarn. And I think the next pair that I'll cast on will be these, because this is from the past. Like I already had this in stash, so I think that next pair of socks will be these. But what did I buy that are, a bit more interesting? Let's build up the tension. Bought this. That it's the Gepard Cash Sock, strong sock yarn with cashmere. Where is the, okay, it's 70% merino wool, 20% polyamide, and 10% cashmere. And it is 100 grams, more or less, 416 meters. So just classic sock yarn meterage, but it has cashmere and it feels really soft. I'm curious to try because I've heard that when the sock yarn, they'd have like 10% yak, 10% cashmere. The cashmere fibers do shed really fast, and then it's just left like wool and nylon. But I'm curious. This was I think 16 pounds or 14 pounds. Still not the cheapest because this was I think 10, maybe even less. No, it was 10 because it's 100 grams. This is 100 grams as well, but it's more expensive. But it's stunning, and I bought this to pair, like to do a sock, and also to pair with another yarn that unfortunately is just a wool. It's hand dyed sock yarn. Like no, it's hand dyed. It's not sock yarn, but it's fingering weight, so you could use that with socks. Oh, look how stunning! I don't think you were ready for this, like, weren't you? Like, look. How beautiful. I fell in love instantly. So this is from the Camel's Yarn, inspired by Cornwall, and it's their BFL fingering, 4-ply fingering weight. That's 100% British blue-faced Leicester, and it's super wash. Oh, you can see it's a bit halo-y, so I wouldn't have said that. It's maybe the blue-faced Leicester that gives it the more woolly, less treated hand feel. And the color is witch elm, like the witch, white witch. It's spelled WYCH. It's written here. I don't know what that means, but anyways, that's the colorway. But it's stunning. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I cannot really explain it. If you know, you know, the Tom Holland like clip. But so I asked the ladies at the shop, do you think that, like, I wear my socks in my shoes. Do you think this is sturdy enough? And they were like, I don't know. Maybe you should pair them. Like they suggested to either get like a nylon thread to hold with this, or to get another yarn and do like coster and heel and what did I say? Contrast heel and toes. Look at this pairing. Like I even thought of pairing it with something like this, but I don't know. This is a very particular color. Like this is warm leaning, but it's not yellow leaning. Like it's still very, very neutral. It's a lovely color. Like I don't know if it's coming along correctly on camera, but I think, some of this is quite cool toned, but also like these parts are quite warm toned, like purple. So I don't know. I want to try something different. But yeah, this is it. I think I'm going to treasure it for a bit longer. Also because I have my other skein of sock yarn that I got in Edinburgh that I still have to knit up. So I think this will be first. Yeah. So these are my acquisitions in London. So I think I can pretty confidently say that I'm all set for Socktober. I'm going to be knitting socks for a long time. These are all sock yarns? Maybe. Yeah. No, a couple of them are not. They're just like yarns that have swatches attached to them. So I don't know why I'm keeping them here, but it works for now. But yeah, I'm definitely set for sock knitting for a long time, and I'm very, very satisfied with this. But also, you know, the shop where I bought the other sock yarn, like the Lanagato Eden, the lady was closing, so I bought something that's very interesting. Let me grab it. I bought some more Lanagato yarn, but this is quite interesting. It's quite interesting. It doesn't look that pretty anymore because of me, but this is Lanagato Mini Soft. I think this could be suitable for baby knits, like, you know, it's called Mini Soft. I don't know, but it's a fingering weight. Let me see if I can find the meterage. Because apparently I'm not able to. Where is it? Oh, 50 grams, 170 meters. So like a, I think it is a fingering weight, but it's like it's less meters for 50 grams because it's super wash. So I think it weighs more. And because, yeah, the ply, you know, it's quite densely plied and like quite twisted. The ply, it's quite twisted. So yeah, look at this wonderful color. And I was thinking, okay, I was thinking of making with this a Sandro cardigan crew neck fingering weight, like a bit more tailored and not as oversized. Or maybe, I don't know, my friends send me an inspo picture and I love it, so maybe I'll put it here, but something similar. Yeah, 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 yeah. I want to start. No, I broke the bag. I'm stupid. Anyway, it was holding on for dear life before me, so it's fine. But yeah, I want to start, but I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I'll be honest, I really don't, because I want to film many vlogs on many of my projects, but I think I'm not organized enough to have many vlogs going on at the same time. But I want to vlog my Christmas sweater progress, so I have to find a solution. But it's going to take the whole autumn, so I cannot just do that one vlog. Like I could, but I don't want to. But I think this has been long enough. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on the KAL, on the finished projects, and in the comments down below. And if you want to share with me what you were working on while watching this, it will be fun. And yeah, it's been a long time that I haven't seen you guys, so it was great to have a catch up. So I hope I'll be able to kind of start a new life chapter and be able to like start making content constantly again. But yeah, I'm doing kind of weirdly at the moment, you know, a lot of life happened, but I hope I can get myself together pretty soon. But yeah, I'll let you know. And if you want to subscribe, feel free to do that. And everything will be linked down below. And if I really hope you enjoyed this. So if that's the case, I hope I'll see you next time as well. So bye guys.